Happy Friday. It is Chit Chat Friday, and I put that on a swivel a little bit so I can move it back and forth better. Chit Chat Friday. First things first, we're going to go ahead and put our primer on. I'm still using the Touch and Soul No Problem primer. I already did I did a mask this morning. When Jason was home, I kind of neglected my skincare routine sometimes. So it needed a really good shot of hydration. If you look, my pores are looking so much better. I don't think I've pointed out that they were looking really bad though. I'm just kind of tapping that into the skin. This is like really bright out today and I have the curtain open, so everything's very natural. So that was the no pore bloom. We're gonna let that sit. Super Bowls this weekend. What are y'all's plans? I don't have any, but sitting at home, cleaning, playing with Eric, maybe playing some Fortnite, or some other video games. Eric likes watching me play video games, so it's his thing. He will sometimes come up and hand me the controller. It is so fun. I got all these brushes from yesterday's video sitting here. I was shade switching them real quick. I forgot to actually wash them yesterday. All right, we got that primer on. Now we're gonna go in with, I have the Naked Skin Shapeshifter and light to medium, and I have the Naked Skin highlighter. As you can see, the sun's just poking out finally. It's been days since I've seen the actual sunshine here in Texas. Things to talk about. As you know, I put some concealer underneath. If you're new here, I put some concealer under my makeup as well as over it. ColourPop has two new collections coming out. One is special to Ulta, or not special, but you know, it's an Ulta exclusive. And I got hair sticking to my face. I woke up with freaking purple all over my neck, and my pajama shirt has purple all around and in the back. It's very fun to wake up with purple all over, let me tell you. Let me find this brush. I wanted to use a brush. I think this is it. Is this it? No, that's the skincare brush. It's not even supposed to be here. You know what? Let's just use a beauty blender. I'm just wanting to tap it in a little. I don't want to like tap it in a lot. Natasha Denona. I've never wanted to buy a $65 palette so bad. But that Valentine's Day palette is so pretty. But I did put on my Instagram, if you follow me over there, on my stories, I've been looking at stuff for Ulta and Sephora and drugstore, and I'm just not sure what you want to see. So I haven't been able to actually pull the trigger on any. I got baskets at ColourPop, Morphe, Ulta, Sephora, anywhere, anything you want to see, let me know so I have an idea on which direction to go, what to buy. On this Urban Decay Naked Skin palette, I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. It's a contour shade. I'll see if I could put it on here. Okay. With all the moisturizers I put, you see the purple dot in the purple ear? Yeah, that's fun. My hair, if you can look, it doesn't actually look purple. So it's not purple hair. It just doesn't damage my hair to use that 30 washout shampoo. Dye. And I can't find natural colors in a dye that's semi-permanent or whatever. So if y'all have a brand that you know of that's only semi-permanent that won't damage your hair to dye it, leave that in the comments below, because I don't mind dyeing my hair. I mind damaging my hair. I don't take 8 vitamins a day just for hair and skin to hurt my hair. But I also don't like early gray hairs. I know this looks a little dark, but as you know, I haven't put my foundation on, so we're good. I'm pulling it back into the hairline, kind of buffing it in. It looks really bad right now, but give me a minute. We're going to use the Anastasia Stick Foundation in Warm Natural. I've been loving these stick foundations. If you have the problem like I was having, where it seemed like all your foundation was like clumping right here, and your under eye was looking really rough, like crunkling up, the concealer was breaking up, all that good stuff, I would suggest trying a stick foundation. I've tried the Wet n Wild one also, and it did the same thing. I have better luck with my concealers and my makeup not looking so cakey since I've been using these stick foundations. I got a Maybelline one to test. We're using the brush first. To kind of buff the, it moves it around better, I noticed. Because it's a thicker cream product. See what I mean about the contour? It's not as noticeable anymore. It's just kind of there. We're going to bring that down the neck. For one, my neck is purple in spots. Okay. Jason is now in Arkansas, and he's going to be there God knows how long. I'm afraid to say how long because it always changes. So, and we're probably going to visit him maybe once. It depends on how long he's there. If he's only there for 7 weeks, we might not visit. If he's there till June, we're going to make at least one visit. But he also said he could probably fly down here cheaper to visit than it would be for us to go up there. Because it's a 7-hour, 8-hour trip. I'm just kind of buffing this into the skin. So, he's going to be gone for a minute. If you look under my eyes, there's a little bit of wrinkle right now. We're going to use the sponge. And we're going to make sure there's really not any lines and that all of the foundation is in the skin. Sunday, I'm not a big basketball person, I'm just going to say. But when that happened, that helicopter crash, it broke my heart because I knew of him. And it was just sad. Anytime someone dies, it's sad. It's sad that the other 7 people, besides Kobe and his daughter, died as well. And everybody is focusing on that, and that's fine that he passed away. Other people died, and people are focusing on that as well. But I've also, on Facebook, seen some really rude things about him. He has kids. One of his daughters died with him. He made mistakes. He made up for it. How would anybody honestly like it if when they passed away, people remembered only the bad things they did? And that's what they shared. Instead of sharing the good things, celebrating the life of someone who changed other people's lives. I don't get it. Why we live in such a hateful society that only wants to focus on the bad. And some of the people I saw focusing on the bad call themselves Christians. And some of them are my family, not my mom. It's like long distance family type thing. And I don't get into it with them. I'm going to use a little bit more of that contour. And I'm going to buff it into the skin. Right there on the nose. And there's Eric running down the hall. He'll probably be in here in a minute wondering what mommy's doing. Oh, my eyebrows. I need to go get them done finally. I think there's enough hair there that they could actually do it. All right, we're going to take that same brush that we used, but we're just going to stamp a little bit on there. We're not going to actually, I want it to be a natural look. See how it's light? It's not dark. I don't want it to be. Oh, I don't know why I'm tapping it. I'm just going to put a little bit up here. I don't know if he's looking for me or if he's just walking up and down the hall. All right. Now I want to take, this I believe is a concealer brush. Deluxe crease brush. Okay, we're still going to use this as a concealer brush. There's some concealer shades in here. We're just going to kind of tap it a little bit on the bottom. All right, there's that. I'm going to take a little bit of this spray on my sponge. I might have waited too long to set the under eye. So we're going to add some moisture back to it. But yeah, pray for his family. I can't imagine what his wife is going through. She lost her husband, but most of all, she lost her 13-year-old daughter. If you've been here a minute, you know my mom lost my sister when she was 18. My first little sister that I grew up with. And I'm using the Becca powder. The Hydro Mist and set. I kind of like it. And so I haven't used it in a while, so I wanted to revisit it and see if the new way I do my makeup works with this. We're going to take we're going to take this powder brush and dip in there. And just set the face a little. We're not putting a lot of powder. We're just doing enough. I mean, technically you don't need powder to set your face, but I go with the thing that I always heard growing up. Cream sits on top of cream. Powder sits on top of powder. So if I want to put my blush and all that on, and it's powder, or then I need a powder for it to sit on. I mean, that's how I do it. You don't have to do what I do. But I always remember that from growing up. My mom taught me. Creams on creams, powders on powders. And this powder may not be any good anymore. I think it's only good for 6 months after you open it. But I can't remember when I opened it, y'all. Alright, we're going to put that over there. But it didn't give me that cool feeling that I got the first time I used it. Let's go ahead and just jump into brows. Another thing. We have some new people that are following us, and that is awesome. Welcome. Welcome to the family. There's a few. The one that I noticed this morning before coming on, there's two. There's a Teresa and Webb family. So welcome. If you've made it this far, thank you. I do this every Friday, where I just kind of talk about the week with y'all. And here's Eric. You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? Way. That's Eric. He saw a piece of his hair, I think. Look. Say hi. Yeah, okay. He is the reason I do the autism giveaway. My son is severely autistic. He is basically nonverbal. And I want to spread awareness because I meet so many people that they look at him and they wonder what's wrong with them. And you say autism, and they don't know. Even kids. I mean, I know there's a certain age you got to teach kids some things, but there are some kids that they'll ask about it, and then I'll tell them they need to ask their parents because it's not my job to tell them. But I think sometimes some of them have come back to me, their parents didn't know what it was. So maybe if we spread more awareness, then we will have more understanding. So I thought I may not have a huge following. I may not have a lot of money to buy the best things to get a huge following. But I'm trying to make them even. But the following I do have, if they are able to get just one person to understand what it is, then we've done something. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to go in with the bronzer. It's the butter bronzer. It's my favorite. I think I need a new one though, but we're going to go in with that. Tap it off so it's not so much. He shut the door. He's in here with us. Do you miss mommy when she's not in the room with you? Yeah. So, and that's another reason I started the channel. The other reason I started this channel was because we needed realistic. I mean, you look at all the makeup looks, they are gorgeous, they are beautiful, they are awesome. But realistically, how many of you are going to go outside wearing makeup like that? How many of you are going to cut a crease, put 20 different million colors on there, stars, stripes, all that, and have kids to get ready for school and do that makeup look?
No.
I mean, if you are, more power to you. I don't take him to school, and sometimes I get up and I don't want to even do my makeup.
Mom.
It is currently almost 11 o'clock here. I just did not want to move this morning. Yeah? Can mommy have kisses? When you ask him for kisses, he lays his head down and lets you kiss his head. We're using the Tarte Captivating Blush. We're pulling it up. You don't ever want to... I did notice that Robert Welsh, I've been watching a lot of his videos and I love it. He did one on Raw Beauty Christy the other day. But he talked about when you put your blush on, the blush placement sometimes is wrong, and it looks like mine might be a little off right here. That's a clean powder brush. I was just trying to buff it in. Maybe it's not wrong. When you smile to do it to get your cheekbones, you see them here, right? When you quit smiling, it goes down there. So you want to pull it up. When you smile, it's still on your cheekbones. If you want to blush them up a little more, go ahead. But you also notice another thing. When you smile, the way the light hits you, the light is hitting you there. The light is hitting you here. The light hits you right through here. Right there. Depending on how you move your face. That's where you want to put your highlighter. It's actually makes sense. I don't think I did my whole face, but I'm going to take the same bronzer. But I'm going to take my more fluffier Morphe brush that I like to use. Oh, and this bronzer is in the shade Sun Kissed Bronze. Hopefully I didn't just break it. Yeah, Sun Kissed Bronze. We're going to rub the brush in there, tap some off, and kind of warm up the forehead a little more, where it's a little more. And get the blush and the bronzer kind of in the same area. There we go. We got the bronzer on. We got the blush on. Highlighter today, I have the Ofra Rodeo Drive. Little sample I got. Or deluxe sample, whatever it was. I bought a little kit. We're going to... The light is hitting right in here, even though that's in the blush area. I'm going to buff it into the skin, into the blush. So it kind of melds together. See how the light hits right there? That may be still in the area where you have the blush, but you want to put your highlighter to accentuate the spots that the light hits. I'm not adding any more because on my forehead I really don't want a ton. I did add a little more this time. We're just kind of buffing it into the skin right here. And another thing I do is I take the setting spray after I'm done with all the powders. I am really missing my e.l.f. one, but it's over here. You know what? I'm going to get my e.l.f. dewy one. Because I can feel this one when it hits my face. And that's what I want. I want liquid on my face when I put liquid on my face. That's just me. I don't know what else. Kat Von D Beauty, I've been hearing. It's no longer Kat Von D Beauty. It's KVD Vegan Beauty. She stepped down. I don't know exactly what all is going on there. And, oh, I'm using the sponge to kind of unharsh a lot of things where there's no real lines. All right, here's where things are a little different, for sure. I was going through my stuff when I was moving everything around, and I saw this Lorac palette that I got last year for that I bought for Christmas last year. And I know they don't sell it anymore, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it, so we're using it today. Here's what it looks like inside. I actually like these colors a little bit, but I have other palettes like that, so I kind of wanted to use it to see if it brought anything different to the table than any other palette I own, I guess is the bottom line. Let's see. We're going to grab this. We're going to use the e.l.f. Putty Primer again. Putty Eye Primer. And this is in the color Cream. I say again because I used it yesterday. Before I let y'all know anything about it, I like to try it a couple of times. Alright, we got that on that eye. I also like how it makes it one color. You could get other colors in this. I kind of wanted to go with my skin tone type color. There we go. There. All right. So we got the eye primer on. Now I want to take my fluffy brush and we're going to go into, I'm going to take the Mascos, this gold one that I got on Amazon. There's a video on it. We're going to go into Nectar. Ooh, actually, maybe we'll go in a different direction. Let me look. They're great shadows. Part of me wants to go into Dusty Mauve. I think I will. It's this corner color right here. We're gonna put that down as a transition. The transition is above your crease. Oh, that was the pink color. Let me shade switch. Dusty Mauve. And I like when I come on here, I don't have a plan. I just kind of go with the flow on every palette. I let the palette speak to me. I don't plan out what I want to do. I show y'all mistakes and all. I don't talk politics, so I'm not gonna talk politics on here. I do hope if any of you are in China that you're healthy and safe. I do hope if y'all are anywhere that has had cases of that coronavirus, that you stay safe and take all precautions to make sure you don't get it. I'm just tapping some of this purple color into the area. See, it barely shows, which is what you want with the transition shade. I say this every time. I know I sound like a broken record. I don't know what kind of brush that's supposed to be. Let's go in with this. Maybe not. Where's my... I have a blending brush somewhere. I mean a crease brush. This is a Jaclyn Hill crease brush. Let's use this Jaclyn Hill one. It's the only... I think I have 2 Jaclyn Hill brushes. This is one of them. So we're going to take this. And we're going to go into... That looks a little patchy. Ew. What does this brown look like? Okay. The blue is patchy. The brown isn't. So we're going into, funny enough, mahogany. Ew. It's a very powdery palette. You want to start on the outer edge and work in, because when it comes to a crease shade, you want most of the color on the outer edge. So you want to start there. I have a... I can see better. And I always start to blend it as I put it in. Take that area. It looks really pretty. I like that. See how I start on the outer edge and then I pull it through? This new setup I need to remember when I'm doing some of these looks. Also, I have been on Amazon and I was looking at some of the cat eye stamp type liners. Want to know if y'all wanted me to test out a few. I may do it over a couple of days. Like record a little piece here and there where I do it 2 at a time. And I also saw Ulta had something called the Vamp Stamp that I thought about trying out. Good thing about concealer, eye primer still on your brush. You could fix a mistake. Now we're gonna take a packing brush, as I call it. This is a smudge brush. We're gonna still go into that same color. And we are going to build up that outer edge with a lot of color. I have been in the mood for some TV shows, and I don't really know which ones. So it'd be nice to hear some. I have Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, Amazon Prime. Take this blending brush and fix that. All right, now we're gonna take a flat brush right here. Make sure there's no other shade on it. And I want to go in with, let's see what this one looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. What's this one look like? Okay, I think I'm gonna end up having to keep this because these shimmers are gorgeous. Look at those 3 colors right here. I think I want this one in the middle. Which one was that? I think it was Fizz. Let me show you this. Okay, I was like, where did those come from? Look how much, look at that. Okay, we're gonna use Fizz. It's right here, it's the 3rd color on the 4th row down. And we are going to put that on the lid halfway across. We're gonna get a blending brush in a minute to finish blending everything. Wow, that is pretty. Okay, Fizz. I am gonna check and see if this is available. I honestly don't think it is, and I really hate that I don't think it is because I'm using it on here. But I'm gonna go get some more Lorac palettes and try to find these colors in a different palette so I can let y'all know where it's at. That is gorgeous. Okay, let's grab the blending brush and we are going to blend all that out. And you want to blend it up. You don't want no harsh line. And you always blend your crease shade upwards. You don't blend it downwards. Like the only part that I ever pull down is the lid shade. The sparkle. Everything else I go upwards. This still has a harsh line right there. we are going to dab, dab, dab on the edges of that shimmer just to kind of fluff it out. We're going to take a little bit. We're not adding any more shadow. I'm just taking what is left on here and kind of blending it into the crease area. Now I am going to take what's left on here, if there's anything. There's not. Okay, we're gonna dip into LT brown. I'm guessing Lieutenant Brown. It's a lighter brown shade, right above the mahogany shade. I'm just kind of adding it under the eye. Let me find a better one to do that with. We're gonna use a smudge brush. Now we're gonna take this brush and we're gonna go into vanilla. It's like a white sparkly color. Tap off a little bit. And I just want a little bit of a inner color highlight. Oh, inner corner highlight. We're gonna take this. There, fix that a little bit. All right, then we're gonna take, I kind of want to take this brush, go into this smoked plum. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I want to add a little more dimension to the eye. Go back in with this blending brush. Blend it out. Going in with Ecru, which is the really light shade in the palette. And I just tapped it a little bit on that blending brush. Sorry, this video is so long. And then we're gonna take this. And we're tapping some of that eyeshadow primer on there just to take away some of that. This is a clean blending brush. There we go. And then I want to take, it's here somewhere. There it is. We're going to take this with a little bit of the Maybelline fixing spray. I'm going to dry it a little. Tap on it, and we're going to go back into Fizz. And just add a little more to the top. Now we're going to take the opposite side. Tap, tap, tap. All right, we're done. If I mess with it anymore, I'm going to make it bad. All right. We got this e.l.f. eyeliner. It's blue, it's the navy. All right, now we're going on this side. I'm going really close to the lash line. And then we're gonna pull this. There we go. Eyelash curler. Benefit Roller Lash. This is a really good mascara. ChitChat Fridays are always long. I'm sorry, y'all. Alright. Let's just put a little bit of gloss on because it's running 40 minutes. This smells like cake. It's the Too Faced one from Christmas time. And the eyeliner. We're just going to take a little bit of lip liner. As I was saying, welcome to the channel. I always take video suggestions from y'all and everything else, and I'm glad y'all are all here. Setting spray finale, and I will see y'all in the next video. See you Monday or tomorrow if I decide to do the Amazing video. Bye, y'all.